Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of WoT Talk. How are you all doing today? How's it going? I am currently sitting at my desk looking at my cat. And you know what the question is? What did I end up naming him? Well, if you've been paying attention to my channel at all, you already know. But I'm going to frame this like you might not. Because there were some great suggestions, and I'd like to give some honorable mentions. So, Hopper is the best name for a pet someone could have picked. I'm going to go ahead and admit that right now. But I'm going to reserve Hopper for when I get a dog. Because it fits better. It's a dog's name. Come on. Y'all know why. We're gonna reserve that. It is the best pick if I had a dog, though. So if I get a dog in the future, you know where I'm going to go. Someone else said Tom Cat, except THOM Cat. That was from Violet Soda. And Tom is the greatest character, and she said Tom is the coolest cat, which, just lots of respect right there. That was wonderful. But I didn't want to go for that. I don't know why. It just didn't quite vibe with me all the way. So there were a few others. Purrin, I thought was clever. I dug it. But the overall winner, the number one, which I'm sure you're aware if you've been paying attention on my channel recently, was Pips. I loved it. This comes from Paperback Writer 80, and I would have never thought of it if you had not suggested it. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. And naming after Matt's horse, it's a great way to get Matt involved without naming my cat Matt, which would have not been my favorite. We actually had more replies to what I should name my cat than the actual question, which, it wasn't the best question. But I'm excited that I actually managed to get a name from the community here, so my cat's name for here on out will be Pips. And he's currently in his little fort that I built him in the last video I posted, sleeping. Is he sleeping still? Yeah, he's sleeping. He sleeps a lot. He's just energy, then sleeps. Then energy, then sleeps. It's wonderful. I love it. And he's now the most precious thing in the world. But I asked a question that remarkably led to some spoiler-free answers, some not. If you want to go forward, I will say there's a good chance of spoilers. I have not read every answer yet, but from the ones I saw, everything was still pretty vague. But, it's going to be some character details, nothing extremely plot-related. But, let's see what we have here as we get into answering the question from last week. If you could take anyone from the Wheel of Time out to dinner, who would you take out to dinner? And some people took this question in different directions, which I also appreciated. And there were a lot of different answers, which I also appreciate. I love diversity of answers, so that's a good thing. But getting back to the top, the first response is no one I would have thought, and it's from D100, who said Ileana Theron Morella. No explanation why, so D100 wants to take out Ileana. Sorry, Ileana Theron. I said Ileana. Ileana. I pronounced it like they did in that horrible Wheel of Time adaptation. So Demon Dread wants to take out Luz Theron's his love, which, okay, I get it. I know why, but that's pretty much all we're gonna get there. But it was a good answer, really good answer from Demon Dread. You took advantage of your name. Then we have an answer from Ahmad Farhan. I hope I say your name right. Let me know next time, because I forgot if you already told me if I was or wasn't. He says, I date men because she seems selfless and accommodating. The ability to be flexible for the sake of others has always been attractive to me. Having someone by your side that remains cheerful and supportive of you during the bad times is very appealing. Okay, good answer. Honestly, not my appeal. I like people who are willing to tell me, like, hey, you're dumb and wrong, and you should reevaluate. That's just, like, something I like quite a bit. But, everyone's got different taste. And that's something that, weirdly, from, like, a psychology standpoint, we get into in this answer quite a bit, which is neat. And he actually got a response that is interesting from Twiggy Leon. Twiggy responds, except it seems like Min is only that way with Rand. She isn't with Elaine, Egwene, or Avienda. Definitely not with other man. Rand scrambled her brains like only love or addiction can. She talks a lot early on about how older, educated, progressive city men being her type. Sorry to burst your bubble. That's my wheelhouse. So this is an interesting response. It kind of appeals to whether or not She loves the person with how she goes, but it's also a good character observation that came in here, and I think it's an accurate one. Then we have one from Paperback Writer again. Once again, thanks for helping me pick out my cat's name. And he said, he or she said, I would take Tom out to dinner and a show. I would love to hear Tom's perspectives on modern cinema, considering his views on actors and plays. This is the best answer in my opinion. Sorry, just getting it out of the way now. Fantastic answer. And the one that I probably am going to go with as well. I don't think I'm going to take any Wheel of Time characters out for a romantic dinner. I'm just going to take Tom out and kick it with them because that just seems like so much fun. Then we have one from Christian J. Not Christian Grey, everybody. Don't make that mistake like I just did. Christian J. Elaine is supposed to be extremely beautiful, so obviously my choice is Pot on Fane. His pale, skinny body, gnarly arms, hawk nose, and big ears make him so close to perfection it blows Elaine out of the water. Plus, after Shardar Logoth, you get Ordeath. Ordeath is hundreds of years old, so the conversation would be wonderful. Also, the dagger could get used for... Okay, going to stop there. Well, we're getting some joke answers here. We get a mild spoiler comment here. Actually, this is a pretty substantial spoiler comment. Do you hear the police sirens, people? Isn't that great that they're doing that right now? They've caught me. They've caught me, and I'm going to jail. It's going by. And it's gone. All right, this is from Mealy Skane. Spoilers. The dark friend who tries to kill Rand when he's going through his magic sickness with the burning dagger. Matt finds her at the horse race and follows her plume. He traces her back to... Okay, a lot of character details here. And okay. And yes, I do look for an edgy dark side in the person I'm dating. I once told my wife out of context, I love you because you're fucked up. Okay. I love that, and I hate it. I love it. Thank you. I love it. I hate it. All right, moving on. From Light Helkion. First one that comes to mind is Tom. He's probably a fun date, maybe several dates, but I bet he'd be insufferable at a concert or live play. Matt would also be a fun date, but I'd be stuck fending off gropey pawns half the time. Wow. After much thought, I think I'd go for someone like Gaul. He can take a joke, respect boundaries, and knows how to have a good time. Plus, I think dark eagle humor messes well with my own. Good answer. Good answer. From Callie Dar. I will take Demon Dread. Oh, well, Demon Dread's in the comment section, so go right ahead. Gonna try to make him smile or react like British Royal Guardsman. From Wally West, Perrin, 100%. And of the three main boys, I would also go with Perrin. Ipa. I hope you're doing good. Do I need to do like a weird thing with you for now every episode? Is that going to be a thing? I've read everything from Cosmere except White Sand. Okay. On top of that, I have, of course, read at least 3 books of Wheel of Time and listened to Legion audiobooks 1 and 2. Which Legion? Oh, okay. So yeah, I've read a lot of Sanderson. Stormlight characters are very good. Okay, let's get to your answer here. Anyway, WoT Talk and spoiler warning. Thank you for that info, by the way. I would date Theodrin, the accepted who follows the rebels and is raised by Egwene when she becomes the Amerlin. Theodrin chooses Brown Aja, meaning she is smart. I don't necessarily mean that. I don't want to make that assumption. Maybe she is, but I don't think every Brown's smart. Just because you're well book read does not mean you are a genius. That's just my opinion. Moving on. She always seems very nice towards everyone. Yeah, she does. Full of smiles, even when having to hang around people like Phaleon, who always seems to have a bad day. Theodrin is also a Damani, which is obviously a big plus. Okay, moving on. Oh man, this is the most awkward I've ever felt in a WoT Talk. Don't know how I feel about that. I think Moraine would be interesting just to have that setting to pick her brains and how calculating she could be and was. Very good pick. Should I just go ahead and get my pick out of the way? I'll save it for the end. My choice would be Perrin. My preferred dinner date involved meat, and he's on the same page, it seems. If I couldn't take Perrin, my fallback would be Varen. No, you just get one pick and you get Perrin, Oh, and then responding to my joke, your marriage joke is funny and not offensive at all. We both have a dark sense of humor also. Finished the first book, New Year's Eve, and it's not his thing. Aww. It looks like a divorce is in the future. I'm sorry. No, he thought it was pretty slow paced. However, he doesn't want to know anything more that happens because of the show coming out. Oh, he's in for the show. Okay, no divorce. We're good. We're happy. We're moving forward. I will have him on as a guest to review episodes with me. Not really. Please stop asking to be on my show, people. It's weird, and I don't know how to tell people no when they ask. From Derek Durst. Oh, God, this is tough. I'd have to say men. She also enjoys reading and has a pretty good sense of humor. Plus, she is a really good person, kind of off topic, but I'd love to be friends with Matt. Then take Matt for dinner. You can go on a bro date. That's fine. Or, I don't know, you could be a lesbian chick named Derek. I don't know. So, or take him, I don't know why I brought this up. Why do you listen to me, people? I'm so awkward and horrible at this. It would be so fun to go to taverns and drink with him. Plus, there would never be a dull moment. His humor is great. I'd never dice with him, though. Yeah, no one would. I'd love to take Matt to a modern casino and see what his take on gambling in the modern age is. Because holy crap. But I wonder if his luck would affect a slot machine. I know your instinct is to say yes, but slot machines are programming. They're not actually random. It's the illusion of randomness. There is no such thing as true random in programming. So, could he manipulate a computer? Okay, I'm going to be thinking about that for a while now. Thank you. I needed something to keep me up tonight. This is from Jarok 1974. Farron Mathwin. Okay, listen. I listened before listening to this episode. Just saw the question in the comments. I think it would be wonderful to pick Farron's brain for an evening, but wouldn't necessarily want to date her. Yeah, that's a fair choice, If you guys aren't interested in dating fictional people, I agree. So let's move on. So Matt's the obvious winner here from Bookworm 56. He's taking the majority of the comments, and essentially the same comment of it'd be laid back, it'd be really fun and conversation. That seems to be the pick from Matthew Stormblessed, a high school student. Let's see what I think you're in high school still, Matthew Stormblessed. Not to mean that in any way negative. Good on you. Stick to school. School will get you far in life. But I just want to see what your younger perspective brings, even though there's probably been younger perspectives, and I just don't know other people. Why? I need to just have another person host this show. I'm weird. All right, the obvious answer, Elaine. However, I would probably go for Avienda. My man ain't coming in with the most wise answer yet. It seems like we probably wouldn't get along, but it'd be a very interesting dinner. Plus, I could freak her out by spilling some water if things start to go bad. Overall, though, Avienda is a very confident person, plus her culture would be interesting topic of conversation. I will just need to be careful if she wants to play Maiden's Kiss. Wait, how old is Avienda? I think she's your age. Yeah, there you go, works for you. Or if you're into older women, I don't know. I think Berylaine's a bit older. Is Berylane in her mid-20s? I think Berylaine's more closer to my age. Oh my god, I keep realizing I'm in my mid-20s, and it hurts. Avienda is a tie for my first pick. So someone already unlocked half the answer. And it's either Avienda. Well, okay, my number one pick's Tom. We got that out of the way. But if I wanted to go on a date, Avienda's tied. So many choices from S. Hollis. Avienda's up there, mostly because I'm a sucker for red hair and green eyes. Me too. All right, and fitness. I love fit people. That's just a thing. But in the end, I'd have to choose men. An intelligent girl with a spark of rebelliousness, a grasp of philosophy, and moving on. I'm going to try to say this right this time. Are you guys ready for this? No joke answer. Say Sonia or Andy, because I forgot how you told me to say it before. I think that's the closest I've done yet, and I'm sponsored. I'm excited for it. No, don't apologize for your wall of text last time, by the way. I love those answers, and I prefer wall of text answers to really short ones, unless the really short ones are jokes. Those are great too. So no wall of text this time. Hopefully you won't be too hoarse by the end of the video. I realize I can go overboard. It's fine. Come in with those full thoughts. I love it. Believe it or not, I actually try to edit myself, but sometimes I don't go far enough. No, you are the Stephen King of this comment section, and I dig it. He doesn't edit himself much either, but it works. Who would I date in the Wheel of Time? Romance is not really my thing, but if I had to choose, I guess I'd go with Tamal Thor. Coming in with an outside left pick that works fantastically. That great pick, and no one else, I think, thought of it. Well done. Because, daddy material or whatever the kids say these days. He's a good person through and through, and for me, he's possibly the most age-appropriate unmarried man in the books, and we could double date with Tom and Moraine. It would be lovely. Dude, you got the, I think for you, the best pick. It seems like you've just nailed it, And Tam, it's been long enough, as they say in the Two Rivers, he needs a new romantic interest. That was like one of the few things that didn't get wrapped up in the series, because like they mentioned at the beginning, like Tam needs a girl, and correct me if I'm remembering wrong, but he never gets one, and that makes me sad. Makes me very sad, because he just kind of fades into the background and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into specifics, but spoiler alert: Tam doesn't get a bae. As I'm appealing to the young kids. Do I need to go fidget spin? Moving on. From Lisseth Weeks, Egwene probably. I know a lot of people don't like Egwene, but she's hella cool and deserves a love interest that she actually has chemistry with. I would feel bad getting in the way of a relationship that I actually like, but I absolutely hate Gawain. God, the hate for Gawain is just real, and do not feel bad about coming between them at all. You got so many upvotes so late into the comment section. It's just impressive. And I added one just now. Nablus responds, I'd probably want to spend some time with Varen or Moraine. I've got a soft spot for them as characters, and I think it would be great to spend some time learning from each of them. They seem extremely knowledgeable, and specifically Varen would be fun to have long debates with and conversations with. May not seem like an ideal date, but hey, having two powerful, intelligent, capable women on a date with you can be a good time, even if Varen is a few 100 years older than me. Dude, you and I have similar taste, but Moraine is also up there for picks for me and going out with, like, right below Perrin. I'd want to go on, like, a bro date with Perrin first, because, I don't know, I like Perrin. He seems like a really good dude, and he reminds me of a couple people I actually know. Zach Nat comes in with Gandalf, obviously. All right, hold up. I'm blocking him from my channel. Hide user from channel. There we go. I'm kidding. I didn't actually do that, but keep up the comments like that, and you will be. Not kidding. From Jackson Lacey, Nynaeve, because temperamental women are the most fun to date, in my opinion. Big Yennefer fan here. Hey, a Witcher fan. I dig it. A dinner date with Nynaeve would be anything except boring, and arguments her would be so much fun. Also, brunettes with braids. Okay. Yep. There you go. How are we doing here? How many more comments we got? Not that. Wow. It's a short answer kind of question. So I guess I accidentally gave myself like a light workload. And don't worry, the question I got for you guys this time, I'm expecting a lot of walls of text, and I'm gonna like prep my throat for next week, because I'm gonna answer all of them. Pinky promise. I'm gonna regret that, but I will. And it's gonna be quite the adventure. So let's go ahead. So we have another one from Jordan Jarrett. Yes, I said that right. I think so. Dang, I was really hoping you'd read my comment last episode. Sorry, buddy. Haha, well, I hope you keep your word and read every comment this time. I will, and don't accuse me of... Okay, maybe I should skip... I'm not going to skip this one. All right, first I have to say that I am one of the first viewers who listened to these podcasts and watched your WoT Talk. Oh, thank you so much. If I could date anyone in the series, it'd probably be Moraine. The reason being that from everything I've heard about her, she seems to be incredibly logical and strong personality. That is true. That is definitely true. I forgot to mute my computer. And while flawed, can learn to become a better person. She has a similar personality with my current girlfriend, who can get very feisty and knows how to stick up for herself against other guys or females, except she is not so calm as Moraine, though it'd be a nice change if she was. I hope she doesn't listen to these, or maybe I do. I don't know. Let's start some drama. Let's get your guys' personal relationships involved with these episodes as much as possible. Kidding. Also, slightly but not really related fun fact: the closest living person that could possibly resemble an ageless face might be my own mom. She's in her early 40s now, and I swear she's not like a day older than she was in her freshman year of high school. No joke. I mean, you can tell she's older, but her face is extremely similar. The only difference is knowing she's an adult. Can't really describe it, but basically, it's like she doesn't age, and that's without having eaten an extremely healthy diet her whole life. Wow. That's just impressive. She's got the Keanu Reeves thing going for her, except he looks like he's late 20s, early 30s still. Anyway, I enjoy these very much. Oh, thank you, man. Sometimes listening makes me wish I read the series, but then again, listening and watching your videos. I thought you were about to say you would never read it, and I was gonna be like, what is happening? But you listen to the audiobooks. Got it. I've been watching your videos constantly since June or July. though I rarely comment. Comment more. You're welcome. Your voice is here. It's strong. At least I can correct people who say Wheel of Time ripped off Game of Thrones when the TV show comes out. I am assigning all of you homework to do that as loudly and frequently as possible. Every time someone says, but Game of Thrones, you let them know. You let them know which came first. Sorry, that's going to bother me so much. Laura Fitzgerald, I'm happy every time I see your face pop up. Let's just jump into it. I just reread the bit in The Shadow Rising where, okay, we're going to skip this mild spoiler. Not really. Elaine gets wasted. She gets drunk. She's a party girl, and I respect that. I would have dinner with Elaine and hit her with the, we'll have to have a few drinks. And then basically you're going to get Elaine drunk and have a party with her. Great. Avienda would also be nice too because she's buff and also really funny and smart. People always talk about Avienda's like personality and everything, which is great. She has a fantastic personality, but her intelligence, she is one of the smartest characters we meet in the series, and I think that's underappreciated, just saying. And then Laura shouts out Lithis Weeks and says, you're an intellectual. Now I need to go check what was Lithis Weeks' answer. Oh, that was Egwene, I think. Was it? I don't know. From Block Yo, it'd be Else Grinwell. Plum Country Girls are okay. I think Matt just commented. Now we have one from Dean Moxley. Brigitte Silverbow. Drinks, darts, dancing, and we're not going to finish that comment. You know what? You found my other top pick. It's Tom at number 1, followed by Avienda and Brigitte. Those two are tied. Those are my picks. Sticking to it. Ending the video here. Not really. David Quinton, if it's only one, Matt, just to hear his take on life and to talk to a totally selfless man. If it's to date someone, Elaine. Okay, fair enough. James White, being married, I'd want to double date with Galad and Berelaine. Not only would I enjoy getting philosophical discussion with Galad about the nature of right and wrong, what makes an action right, but it would be interesting to see how they are with each other. Especially, oh man, this is a spoiler for the very end of the series. Another spoiler warning coming in on the title card. I'll put it like the 15-minute mark. Especially given Berelaine's past, using all of her wiles to make sure that Moraine is secure. It would also be interesting to get her perspective and various world events throughout in current politicals. I'd love to see Berelaine's perspective on our current political situation. I'm not about to get political, but she's actually like a political genius throughout the series. And it'd be interesting to see her take on our current American and, international, because, man, Europe's going through some stuff too, situation. And the whole world's going through some stuff right now. Okay, moving on. Back into the fantasy world. Let's escape the stresses of the real world problems. From Caden Kendrick, I would say Lan. Okay, honestly, I'm super surprised this is the first Lan pick. And that's like the biggest surprise of all the answers we got here. To me. I don't know about you guys, but I expected Lan to be very, very popular with the ladies, but he's not, apparently. First of all, because I can relate to Nynaeve on a spiritual level, and honestly, just want to be her if I were anyone, any Wheel of Time character, and second, because I need a strong, tall, brooding man to be in charge. Okay, Caden, I respect your taste in men, and your bold comment here, and Lan's a great pick. I don't know. Their relationship to me might be the cutest in like all of the Wheel of Time, because they're both such strong characters, but they like melt when they're together, and it's great. From Corey Tyrannus, I just now reread the series for about the dozenth time after not touching it for several years, so I don't remember a lot of supporting characters. That being said, the ones I'd be most interested in dating are Brigitte, Gaul, and Lan. Gaul getting some love. Gotta love the ginger guys. I love the humor that Brigitte and Gaul have, along with the quirks and their personalities. I would have loved for them to have more time together in the series. Brigitte and Gaul should have hung out. Lan I find to be a giant teddy bear. He seems, I don't know if a giant rock with a gooey inside. It seems to me like someone who cares deeply and is capable of providing comfort and intelligent conversation. Honestly, I think Lan is part Vulcan. He hides extremely deep and powerful emotions beneath a focus of logic and reason. Okay, I guess it's true now. I officially have a crush on Lan. Good answer. And anyone who makes a Star Trek reference gets amazing brownie points in my book. So great job, Corey Tyrannus. I appreciate your answer. From Ryan Reeder. How much reading are you doing, Ryan Reeder? Leaving the dating out of this, since I'm married, it's a hypothetical. but okay. And taking your question as you phrased it, who would you want to take to dinner? I'm going to think of this question as putting together a dinner party. It would be interesting to see what would happen if I put these people together. Okay, you know what? I like this. It's different. It's going to change up the show a little bit. We're changing the pace in everybody. All right, Matt, a good humored and wise cracks. He'll keep the table interesting. Brigitte, she has some limited involvement with Matt in the series, but it's interesting to see how they respected each other as friends without romantic entanglements. They'd be good to have around. They build off each other. Galad, maybe it's me, but I'd like the guy with strong moral code. Let's sit him right between Matt and Brigitte. That'd be hilarious. Always trying to do what's right no matter the cost, while others are having reservations about him. He seems to epitomize the classic definition of a hero to me. I honestly think Galad's a very misunderstood character in the series, and overall a really good guy. I like Galad a lot. Egwene, I like her strength of character. In whatever world she might be in, she's going places. Stick with her and go along for the ride. Lanfear, well, okay, this party's gonna go south fast. Mysterious and evil to her own ends. Maybe she wouldn't get along with Galad and Egwene, but she'd keep things interesting. Let's put her and Egwene directly across from Matt and Galad. See how that goes down. Loyal, just awkward. Loyal, the big, friendly giant that loves books and has his own anxieties. That would make a good completion for the party. Let's put him at the head of the table, like observing everyone, just writing it down. That's the ideal seating arrangement for me. That's a good enough size for the dinner group. They could be many others invited, but I think it would make it very interesting and fun group to hang out with. What you need to do is just get them all very drunk. Take away their powers so they can't hurt each other. No weapons. And just make them talk. It'd be interesting. From Eclipse, do we have another Eclipse coming soon? I need to look that up. It's just gonna bug me if I don't now. But interesting. Probably Min or Elaine. Of the Wheel of Time characters, they seem the least likely to snap your nose off for a comment. Yeah, a lot of people in Wheel of Time, men and women across the board, have kind of quick tempers. It's a thing. I think that's just how Robert Jordan writes. I don't know. I need to read. You know what? Confession time. I have not read the other books that Robert Jordan put out under other names and things like that, and I need to. That is my bad. From Johan Sigurdsson. I think I just did an okay job with that. I wrote this comment while still listening to WoT Talk. If you want, you can disregard anything I say, which wasn't dating related, since I assumed it was take to dinner, not dinner date. So my answer is Theodrin for a long form answer below. Okay, well, I like. Oh my God. End skippable section. Okay, well we're gonna skip the skippable section. I like that you marked it like that, but we're gonna read your whole comment. I think there are a few people that I would like to take to dinner, assuming it were a date. I'd say Theodrin or Brigitte, just a meal. Then I'd say Min, Tom, Loyal, or Galad. Theodrin, like the others have mentioned, is quite interesting one. She's a brown, like me according to the Aja test on Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord server, I post things every now and then, and we originally had an Aja test in there, and a lot of people got some interesting answers. I got blue. Apparently, I'm a blue. The fact that she's Domani would only be a bonus. When the girls return from the tower after Falma, she takes Nynaeve from Elaine because she knows that Elaine were to take Nynaeve. Elaine would poke until Nynaeve started shouting. She's also very patient and understanding when working to break Nynaeve's blocks, and shares how her own block was, which was an amusing one. Brigitte sounds like someone that you wouldn't have to worry too much. A dinner date with her would be more chill, so you wouldn't be as worried about saying something stupid. That is also true. She's got the whole "you gotta be uglier than sin for me to like you" thing going on, though, so I think Theodrin would be the date pick. I like the like low-key, like, I don't think I'm ugly enough for Brigitte to want to date me, which is an interesting thing, because you gotta have a pretty bad self-image to claim Brigitte would be attracted to you. Anyway, not that I'm saying anything about the people who previously commented. I don't know what you all look like. Anyway, as last mentioned, a thing I believe would probably apply to them all, but I know it applies to Tom Loyal, at least because I remember them playing stones in the books. But I would really like I really like in my dinner party or date to have some board games played after dinner, especially the date, but also the others. If they were all together, we could play some more complex and amazing board games, and it would be fun. You did read correctly, yes, into my comment last week. I don't like soft magic systems. You and me both. It's actually the biggest thing that bothers me with some fantasy series and makes me enjoy them less than I think I should. Well, you'll be happy to hear Insider WoT Talk Scoop. The book I'm currently writing, I'm trying to make what could easily be passed off as a soft magic system into a hard magic system by adding some rules to it currently. And believe it or not, it's a lot harder than you think to structure a magic system well. Moving on. From apathetish. Okay. Cadswain all the way. The only Cadswain pick, and no explanations why. This is the one I want the explanation for why the most, but all right, to each their own. From Wingless Raven, I'd love to go to dinner with Matchroom. Okay, we got another Matt pick, and it's the same way. He'd pay because he's rich. It'd be a good time. He wouldn't judge you. Let's go to some bars. Besides all the inside jokes with him and members of the band, you might think he'd be a blast. Besides, he's got the nicest butt. Okay, moving on. From Stubble McShave, still the king of usernames in my comments section. I'd take Min out to a dinner date. She's cool and cute. We could speculate what all the things she sees around other people in the restaurant might mean. She might hate that. I'm just saying. The negative aspect is that she can potentially see all my dirty secrets. She can predict your future. I don't know about dirty secrets. Oh my god, what if Min told you you're gonna kill someone? That was halfway through the night. She got a couple drinks. She's like, by the way, I see you're a murderer. And you're like, oh no, why am I gonna murder? Anyway, Nesterior. I honestly don't know. Viable dating material is not common in the Wheel of Time. While I enjoy seeing the characters and their relationships, most would not work well outside of them, and I am not sure if I could invest in the time and energy to make things work out. It's just blaring incompatibility. But if I really had to pick, it would probably be Min. Okay, Min officially, I think, beat out Matt here, although it would be because of selflessness after some time. I think Min and Matt are the real winners here. Also, I think this is the most honest answer we have gotten so far, and I enjoy it quite a bit. If it's just a dinner, then probably Davram Bashir. A lot of love for Davram. I see a lot of people choose Tom. I think a couple did, yeah. But I think you get the same world weariness, wisdom, and pure experience with Bashir, and you don't have to deal with the very self-centered individual. Hey! In fact, if I could, I'd probably invite Dobrain, Elaine, and Rourke too, and just be quiet and let the big shots have interesting conversations, hoping to learn something through osmosis. It's an interesting response. If we're talking romantic pursuits, I'd go with Bane or Chiant. Well, you gotta go both. It's a package deal. And long term, I'd try courting some white sister with an intelligent understanding of philosophy. Men ain't got nothing on this, lol. Obviously, it'd be one of the whites who actually has the capacity to laugh and be, human, and also not Alviarin, fuck Alviarin. Well, just wanted to make that really clear there at the end. I kind of enjoy that. Just you coming in by the way, not that. Moving on. Oops, I accidentally almost just responded to somebody. And we have just two more, sorry. If I were just dinner, Talmanis, for obvious reasons. If it were active date, Elaine. I mean, come on. You are lying to yourself if you didn't have the biggest crush on her from the moment you met her in book one. Dude, that's an unpopular opinion. People hate her, and I don't get why. I've always been an Elaine defender. From Kurt Mayer, I have a few options. Elaine or Bear Elaine for obvious reasons. Herod fell because sometimes like his type of discussion. And 3, Rand, maybe. And that was the last response. And before I give you guys the question here, I just want to give a special thank you to my Wheel of Time followers. I've had recent crazy growth on the channel. I went from averaging 40 subs to a day to I think the last 5 days I've been averaging 120. I have no idea why. Some of you guys have just been doing some amazing sharing of my content. And I just appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means to me and how much this channel, how much WoT Talk and this community have helped me personally in the last, couple years. And I hope you guys understand that I'll be here for the long haul because I'm not in it for YouTube fame. I'm not going to get burned out if I don't get 100,000 subs. I'm in it because I love doing this and I love having you guys respond, whether the questions are goofy or serious, and whether the Wheel of Time content's every week or 4 a week or once a month. It'll be continuing because this series is kind of responsible for so many amazing aspects of my life. But just getting that out there, not to get all mushy. Moving on, but let's go ahead and jump into next week's question. Who would you cast as your favorite character? and why. That's important. I need you guys to back it up. I want some real arguments here as to why they are the best pick. And at the end of the next WoT Talk, I will give my actual Wheel of Time best casting picks for my favorite characters as well, because people have been bugging me to do that ever since I did the joke video, and even before then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this WoT Talk. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I'm looking forward to seeing who you choose to fill the roles that you love the most. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.